What's up, everybody? Uh, Want to talk to you today about PlayStation Plus. I think it's time PlayStation Plus adds two more tiers. I think it's time they add a $29.99 tier. $29.99. No discounts, no games, just internet access. And a $49.99 tier. No games, just discounts. Right now, Sony is doing so much negative things to where they are copying Microsoft. And like this whole three-tier thing, they're basically just trying to copy Microsoft. And their prices, the way they keep rising, is a copy of Microsoft. What I don't think they understand is Sony has no competition anymore. There is no console that rivals them. The Nintendo Switch 2 basically says if you use a controller that's officially licensed or not officially licensed, they will brick your console to where you can't even sell it at GameStop because it won't work. If you use a remote control that's officially not licensed through Nintendo, they will brick your console. Um, Xbox. The next Xbox is reported to be somewhere between $1,000 and $1,200. It's reported that Sony is aiming for the $499 price point for the PlayStation 6. That's what's being reported right now. They say Sony is aiming for the $500 price point because they want the game system in everyone's hands at launch. They want the system to sell 10 million copies year one, 10 million copies year two, 10 million copies year three, 10 million copies year four, and beyond. They want this system to sell 10 to 20 million units per year, every single year. The Steam console and Xbox, like they got a problem. If the Steam console, if it's gonna be close to $1,000, Xbox is gonna be $1,000. Might as well just buy a PC. Like there are PCs on sale that you could get and just play PC. Like I understand that these consoles are a lot smaller, especially the Xboxes. Um, so it's easier to carry to a friend's house or carry on vacation than carrying a desktop. But you're still paying PC prices. For PC, you could get some good damn specs for 1200. Like I have an Alienware laptop. It's about 5 6 years old. Got a 1070. It's got 16 gigs of RAM. Um, I'll probably update it in the next year. Uh, they got what 5070s out. I'll probably upgrade when the 6070s or 7070s come out because I think the 70 model is the best bang for your buck. There's no real point of going up when the 1070s came out, the 1080s. Like there was no point of spending that extra money because the performance wasn't really worth the price increase. The 70 model then and now is still the best bang for your buck. So when the 6070 or maybe the 7070 comes out, that's probably when I'll upgrade my PC. Um, I'll probably go from a laptop to a desktop because I don't really move it as much anymore. I used to move it all the time, but now don't really move it like that. Um, don't I do use my laptop to carry on vacation and stuff, but um, I can still just bring this whenever I go on vacation. It's still got VSync and I still up. It's still updated. Uh, I still updated on the Microsoft side all the drivers and stuff, and it still works great. It still got what was it 1440p, and it still got 16 gigs of RAM, so it's still pretty powerful, and it still runs whatever I need it to run. But I haven't really bought a lot of like hardcore games that are pushing it. Um, and I don't really run max settings, so I could probably even run a demanding game and just put it on like medium settings and then turn off anything that's like very demanding setting wise. But PlayStation, because they have no competition, like I think they even said they don't consider Nintendo or Microsoft competitors anymore. And it's because Nintendo and Microsoft are killing themselves. The new president of Microsoft, a woman, she's pretty much the woman who said, yeah, the next Xbox is going to be a premium console with a premium price. We heard that with Borderlands, and they tried to release that at $80, and it flopped. And then they had to revert it back to 70. And then so many people were angry at it. Target had to put it before even Black Friday, like weeks before Black Friday, at 57 just to sell it because so many people were like, I ain't paying 70 for this. So they had it at 57 even before Black Friday. When you tick off gamers, they remember. And the loyalty of old, in my generation, because me and a lot of the guys I still have on my PlayStation friend list, most of them I added from PlayStation 3. I did add a bunch on PS4. But most of them, when I was playing, especially competitively, was PlayStation 3. It's just to the point. Sony's doing such negative things, copying. They see negative, so they're copying negative, but they want positive results. If Sony adds a $30 tier and a $50 tier, a $50 tier gets discounts, but you still got the $80 tier that gives games. Okay, a lot of people might say, hey, that $30 gives me free PlayStation Plus games every month. Okay, that might be worth it. Well, $30 a year. They might say, hey, that free games a month. But here's the thing. There's like 150 million PlayStation users. There's like over a million still active on PS3 because a lot of PS3 games are still peer-to-peer. So they're never going to get shut down. There's this Father's Day of this year, 2025, there were still more users active on PlayStation 4 than PlayStation 5. Okay? So there's 150 million PlayStation users. It's only about 47 million PlayStation Plus users. Once they made it mandatory that PlayStation Plus was required, we started actually seeing PlayStation Plus numbers decline. Especially once they said you can't buy 3 years or more at a time. You have to buy it year by year. They copied that also from Microsoft. If they add that $29.99 option, I think you'll see the number of 47 million alone push it close to 70 million. Because then I think we'll see more people come to PS5 from PS4. And I think we'll see more PlayStation Plus users just because they'll have them online and they'll be able to play with their friends. I think if there was a $30 option for yearly, I think that would help out a lot. Because when I used to buy PlayStation Plus, I used to buy it like 3, 4, 5 years at a time when PlayStation Plus was $50 for the year with the discounts in the game, stuff like that. And a lot of places would have those on sale for like $35 a year. So then I would buy like 3 at a time. You can't buy them 3 at a time anymore. You can only buy 1 at a time. So if you get it on a deal, you just have to like sit there and hold it. Who's gonna hold a key for 2 years because you bought multiple and then keep up with it? So I think it's time. Sony's losing out. Sony has less than 1/3 of its user base using PlayStation Plus, even though they made it mandatory to play online. Now, granted, games is a game by game basis if PlayStation Plus is required. But once the PlayStation 5 came out, more and more games on like genre on PlayStation 4 that didn't require PlayStation Plus, you're starting to see those same genres jump to make it mandatory on PlayStation 5. It's like Sony's like, look, we're making the PlayStation 5 easy to develop for. We're making it more powerful. We need you to hook us up and make it mandatory. So I think if they add them 2 options, 1, it'd be good PR wise. 2, I think we'll see a massive amount of increase. I think it will go from 47 million, maybe 80 million. And then if they get another 30 million people, let's say just paying, no one buys $50 a year, which a lot of people used to before it went to 80, 100, and 160. If you get 30 people at $30 a year, it's $90 million a year. And let's say the PlayStation 6 comes out in 2 years. You made $180 extra million to invest for the PS6 and its future and its games and your company, and you can put that toward the PS7. And then if those people keep reinvesting at $30 a year and keep playing online, they're more likely to buy more multiplayer games. They're more likely to not only play more multiplayer games, buy more multiplayer games that aren't free to play. You'll probably see them online more, maybe buy more single player games as well, may eventually move up tiers. And who knows, maybe start spending more money overall. Might start spending more money on PlayStation Store. Might start buying more games on Black Friday. I don't know. It's just a thought. Because what happens if someone spends $30 in 5 years? You got an extra $150 a person. Over that 5-year span, you get 30 million people to do that. All of a sudden, you could use these $30 people subscription plan. You basically pay for the PlayStation 7's development cost. All they have to do is add a $29.99 a year option and a $49 a year option. Anywho, this is Game Sense. My name is Brian. Like, comment, and subscribe. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. I hope all of you have a wonderful holiday season. I hope you have a good night. And I hope you all take it easy. Enjoy.